What you should know or prepare before you tell your spouse that you want a divorce. This is a situation where you should consider coming in here at Lewis and Matthews and having a consultation with me regarding divorce coaching. I can go through the facts of your individual situation and talk about what makes sense for you. You need to think about a lot of practical factors. The biggest factor is, where are you going to live? And if you have children, where are the children going to live? Where is the other party going to live? Is it a situation where you're concerned about physical or emotional harm? Is it a toxic situation? Are you going to need to be moving out? Do you need to secure an apartment or find another place to live? So practical aspects of that are what you need to think about. You also, if you have children, need to think about them. How are you going to handle parenting time? How are you going to handle daycare arrangements? How are you going to get the children to and from school or to their activities? Is this going to be a situation where you think you'll be able to co-parent with the other parent? Do you have concerns about drug and alcohol use? And also, is it a situation where one party is the wage earner and one party is the stay-at-home parent? What are you going to do if the wage earner cuts you off? How are you going to pay the bills? How are you going to live? How are you going to pay your lawyer? So you need to think about, maybe you should obtain a credit card so that you have some credit out there. Maybe you should start trying to build your credit. Maybe you should start trying to put some money aside so you have some money in an emergency situation. You also have to think about how your spouse might react. Some spouses aren't surprised to hear that the other spouse wants to bail. It's been coming for a long time, and you can have a conversation with that spouse if you feel safe in doing so. There are other situations where it's an abusive relationship, you're concerned. Maybe you do need to go and get a protection order because you're fear for your physical or emotional safety. So those are factors that we can talk about, we can work through. You also want to think about how you're going to handle payment of the bills moving forward. How is the mortgage going to get paid? How is the rent going to get paid? How are child care arrangements going to be made? How are you going to pay the utilities and the credit card debt? So it's a practical approach to major factors regarding where you're going to live, how are you going to handle parenting time and decision making with the children, and how are you going to pay for things moving forward. Sometimes parties are in a situation where the relationship has run its course, but they're not particularly hostile to each other. So it might be a situation where they might be able to enter in what we call a nesting agreement, where they continue to reside together in the residence and they'd agree on how they're going to pay bills moving forward, because obviously it's more expensive to have two households versus one household. That's a possibility. We can help you figure all of that out. We can also help you run child support and maintenance worksheets so you have a handle on your financial situation and what makes sense for you based upon your unique situation.